Hey guys, what's up? Spiritual Empress in the house. How are you? I'm up really early in the morning right now. It's very cold out. It's very nice though. Phoenix is actually cooling down. So I'm up. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning right now. I don't know about you, but I'm an early riser. But I just wanted to do this is not like a tarot channel. So if you guys are interested in like anything astrology based or spiritually focused or something like that, and it's really funny because I've had a lot of friends and they're just like, Megan, you should be doing like more of the tarot to blow up your channel, and that's not the goal here. It was really just to make this channel for you guys. So I am going to go through, I do this lecture. I've done it like many times. It's called Astrology, which one of these is not like the other. And it basically explains why, one Aquarius can be so different from another one born even a day apart. Things like that. And that's because if you guys are interested in astrology or anything like that, I do that professionally. I chart people. I do relationship compatibility, that kind of thing. It's very easy to get your free natal chart. You can go to a bunch of different websites. You just have to know your birth time, place, and date, and it'll basically pull up all the planets. It'll basically show you this chart, and it'll show you your sun sign is Aquarius, your Venus sign is this, and it will go through all those. And because of all those different placements, that's the planetary placements at the time of birth, that's going to dictate why you are different from maybe your best friend who has a birthday a day apart from you or something like that. And it's because we all, love, handle conflict differently, things like that. So I'm just going to kind of get into, sorry, I'm like a mess. I just woke up and then I'm going to go work out. So, so basically I just want to explain what the different planets actually mean. Because it'll basically be like your sun is in Leo. That's your, so I'll just go through the fast moving planets first, kind of what they mean to kind of explain it to you. And the really cool thing about charting yourself, guys, is when you do chart yourself, it does give you like an explanation of what it means. But I'm just trying to explain to you what the actual planets mean. Your sun sign. So your sun sign, honestly, I'm just going to go through the fast moving planets, which is going to be the sun, the moon, your ascendant or your rising sign, Mercury, Mars, and Venus. Those are your fast moving your fast moving planets rather, sorry. So basically those are going to be what affects you most day to day. So, day to day, these are the ones that are going to handle how, your moods are. It's going to affect you more on the day-to-day. And then you have your slow-moving planets. So that's going to be Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. So those are going to be your slower-moving ones. Those are going to have a slower effect on your life. However, when they do have an impact, it's a lot larger of an impact. It just takes longer to get there. So yeah, I'll just kind of go through the first one. So your sun sign, your sun planet, that's basically your ego. So that's your basic personality. That's what you outwardly project or exude, are those basic personality traits. So whether you're, sun sign Scorpio or Aquarius, whatever, that's going to be what, like your basic, like your base. So it's not necessarily, honestly, like I exude a lot of, Aquarian tendencies, but a lot of my other planetary placements actually affect me a lot more than my sun sign. So I think that's what a lot of people don't realize about the actual sun sign, is they're like, oh, I'm Aquarius to the T, or oh, I'm a Sagittarius to the T, and it really, honestly, it's a lot more than that. So that's going to be your basic personality. I actually don't take a lot of stock into actual sun signs. I take a lot of stock in other parts of people's charts. Next I'll go into your ascendant sign, so your rising sign. I don't take a lot of stock in these either, because to me a rising or ascendant is an ego sign as well. Basically you can kind of equate that to, it's basically how you appear. So if you were to walk into a room or walk into a party, let's say, and there's 30 people in there, and you're standing across the room from me, this is what I'm going to see you as from across the room. So it's really not, like, to me, when people do readings and they're like, you know, sun, moon, or rising, like, to me, the rising sign and the sun signs, they actually don't take so much stock. They're very basic. But to me, like, I'm an ascendant Gemini, so there's different kinds of Gemini. There's two different sides. There's the studious one, there's the bubbly one. When people walk into a room and see me, they automatically assume I'm stuck up. So I have the more studious side of the Gemini. I'm not stuck up, but that's kind of what they see. Or they'll maybe see the bubbly side of me or something like that and be drawn to me. So as far as like rising and ascendant signs, yeah, I don't take too much stock in those, because they're just it's just basically how you appear from across the room, or, you know, when somebody first sees you or something like that. So next I'll go into your moon. What your sign is in your moon, that's going to be your emotional needs. That's going to be your moods, how you handle moods. Things like that. A lot of times people will have conflicting sun signs and moon signs, or Venus signs and moon signs. So you have to be careful with those, because when you have such dominating moon characteristics, and then you're a sun sign something else, especially if it's a fixed sign, you'll definitely have a lot of conflicting energy and problems in relationships and things like that. But the moon's how you handle emotions. It's your mood swings. It's you know, how on the day-to-day what your emotional flow is, I guess. So yeah, that's your moon. Another quick sign is Mercury. So Mercury is going to be it's your mind, how you communicate. Mercury is, like, when it goes in retrograde and everybody complains about, you know, communication being off or things like that. Mercury is definitely how you communicate. I know my sign is like fast communication. I don't really need to, I can use, well, that's where my telepathy comes from. But Mercury, if you go to your actual chart, will tell you how you communicate, why you communicate this way, what your communication needs are, how verbally quick you are. So that's your Mercury sign. The next quick moving planet, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to do this kind of fast, is going to be Mars. Mars is, that's Aries. That's Aries. So Mars is Aries planet all the way. It's how you handle conflict. No surprise, Aries. It's how you handle conflict. It's also your drive and your determination. So this is basically going to be like what drives you through life. What's important to you, that kind of thing. And it's a lot about how you fight. So if you want to know how your partner communicates, if they're a direct communicator, if they're passive communicators, if they're things like that, you'll definitely want to take a look at their Mars sign. And then your last really fast moving one is your Venus sign. So your Venus, like I said, all these are very fast moving planets. They're going to affect your day-to-day operations. Your Venus is how you love. So it's how you love, what kind of attention you need, things like that. Yeah, Venus is honestly just how you love. And I can say, like, a lot of people have very conflicting Venuses with their ego signs. And it takes sometimes a long time to open a Venus sign. They have to be like truly heart-centered for that Venus to actually come out. And I can say I've been in multiple relationships where I'm strictly Aquarius and then like my Virgo moon. And that's how I kind of operate in the relationship. I attract a lot of people because of the Aquarius and the Virgo moon. But when you're truly heart-centered, and this has only been for a couple people, because Aquarius takes a long time to open up, you guys, you know that. With the Venus, my Venus is completely different. So when I truly open up, And you'll find this with a lot of people, and I find this with a lot of couples, is maybe one person's open and the other one's not. One person's operating in their Venus, and that's throwing the other partner completely off. That's your Venus sign. So it can throw you for a loop, and it is very, like I said, all these planets are very quick moving. So slow moving planets. Slow moving planets are going to be Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, and Pluto. So for Jupiter, Jupiter is your luck. This is how you achieve luck in life. I can say mine's in Cancer. So for me, my luck comes from not just networking. It's about groups of people and being around supportive groups of people. With Jupiter, that's your luck, how you get lucky in life, how you get the most opportunity in life. Basically, and that's kind of a good strategy for you to go off of too. So once you know what your Jupiter is, it's a good little guideline for how to achieve success, or best ways to get lucky. The next one's Saturn. So Saturn, I don't know if you guys are aware of, Saturn's very restrictive to me. Saturn is discipline. Saturn is promptness. Saturn is fears, your fears and your challenges in life, how you're gonna get those in life. I can't say Saturn's not my favorite, even though it's one of my planets, but Saturn's very grounding energy for me. So Saturn is basically what your big challenges in life are going to be, what the true fears in life are, and how you need to conduct yourself. So that's Saturn. Neptune. Neptune's a very dreamy planet. As you can imagine, that's, you got Pisces. I kind of feel always Scorpio energy around Neptune, even though it's Pluto. But Neptune is your dreams and your healing, what brings you solace at the end of the day. So it's going to be what your hopes are for your life, or what your goal, not your goals in life, but like what makes you happy in life. So that's Neptune. Uranus. Change, originality, rebellion. That's Uranus. That's going to be what makes you you. So if you guys go, like I said, get a natal chart. It's very simple. It will say sun sign this, ascendant this, and you can go through, and then it will give you a description. And a lot of people don't know this, and it's very easy to do. Just like Google birth chart, natal chart, anything like that. But Uranus is what makes you special, or what's going to make you unique in this life, and how you handle changes. It's not just change, but it's how you handle changes. It's also going to tell you how much change you'll tend to have in your life. So that's Uranus. And then you have Pluto. So Pluto is honestly the furthest planet, and now they're not even counting it as a planet, which I think is bullshit. It's a planet. But Pluto is power and transformation. But the thing with Pluto is, because it's so far from the sun, Pluto is going to be about, it's a generational thing. So when I'm charting people who tend to be close in age or things like that, they're going to have all the same Pluto. And like I said, all these planets are the slow moving ones. So these are the ones that are going to have the biggest impact. Pluto has a lot to do also with sex, and it has a lot to do with Scorpion kind of things. So I can say, as far as Pluto and things like that, is that's the farthest from the sun and farthest from the ego. So it's going to not really have a huge impact, but when it does, it's going to be an entire generational kind of thing. So I just kind of wanted to go through, like, it's very easy to chart yourself, you guys. I've done this lecture many, many times. Which one of these is not like the other? It's very, very fun. Because everybody usually is like, that's why my husband acts that way, or that's why this, that, or the other. And I can go off of like, I tune into people, but what I do is I actually chart them. So, if you guys have any questions about the planets or anything like that, I just wanted to do a quick, like, astrology 101 how to. It's very easy. And then, yeah, you guys can go into, you can also do, if you, usually you have to pay if you want to. I don't have to because I have memberships and things like that, but you can pay to do like compatibility with your loved one. Like I said, you just need to know their birth time. Some of them will do it based off of a just the birth date. It's not so accurate, but it's pretty close. You're going to miss out on a lot of little details with that. But yeah, if you guys have any other questions or anything like that, it's freezing here in Phoenix right now. I'm really cold. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm in the pool all summer, but yeah, if you guys have any other questions, like, share, subscribe if you want, or drop a comment if you have specific questions about anything. But yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll talk soon. Bye.